In the heart of Southeast Asia lies a tiny yet astonishingly wealthy nation, Brunei Darussalam. Surrounded by Malaysia and washed by the waters of the South China Sea, this country is home to one of the most fascinating monarchs in modern history, Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzuddin wa Dawla. Known as the 29th Sultan of Brunei, he has reigned since 1967, making him one of the longest-serving monarchs in the world today. His story is not just one of power and royalty, but of immense wealth, extravagance, and a lifestyle that few people on Earth can even imagine. The tale of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah begins with tradition and responsibility. Born in 1946, he was destined for the throne from an early age. His father, Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III, abdicated in his favor, allowing Hassanal Bolkiah to assume the throne at only 21 years old. From that moment, Brunei's destiny was tied closely to oil and gas wealth, and the young sultan would become not only the ruler of his people, but also the guardian of one of the richest energy reserves in the world. Brunei is small in size, but its land is blessed with extraordinary oil and gas resources. When the Sultan rose to power, global demand for energy was soaring, and the fortunes of the nation multiplied. Overnight, Brunei transformed into one of the wealthiest countries per capita, and the Sultan himself became a symbol of that wealth. With personal assets estimated between $20 and $30 billion, he has long been recognized as one of the richest men in the world. And his rule has been marked by an extraordinary display of luxury and grandeur. To understand the magnitude of his life, one must look first at his residence, the Istana Nurul Iman. Known as the largest residential palace in the world, it stretches across over 2 million square feet, containing more than 1,700 rooms and 257 bathrooms. This palace is not merely a home, but a city within itself, hosting banquet halls that can seat thousands of guests and stables that house some of the finest horses in Asia. The palace is lavishly decorated, with gold and crystal dominating the interiors, and it stands as a symbol of the Sultan's wealth and Brunei's identity. The Sultan's life is not only about palaces, but also about cars. His love for automobiles is legendary. At the height of his collection, it is believed he owned nearly 7,000 luxury cars, valued at over $5 billion. This includes around 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, and 380 Bentleys. Among them are rare, custom-made vehicles designed exclusively for him, including gold-plated cars that shine under the tropical sun of Brunei. His passion for speed and elegance is unmatched, and his garages are said to resemble museums of the automobile world. But what makes Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's story fascinating is not only his cars and palaces, but the sheer extravagance that surrounds his lifestyle. He owns private jets, including a Boeing 747, which he personally modified with gold interiors and luxury fittings worth over $100 million. His fleet of aircraft is not just transportation, but palaces in the sky, where every corner reflects opulence. He also maintains a private zoo, hosting Bengal tigers and exotic birds, further emphasizing his unique way of life. While these luxuries are eye-catching, it is important to understand the foundation of his wealth. Brunei's economy relies heavily on oil and natural gas, which provide the majority of the country's revenue. With a population of less than 500,000, the nation has enjoyed one of the highest per capita incomes in the world. The Sultan has used these resources not only to fund his own lifestyle, but also to provide free education, healthcare, and housing subsidies for his people. In Brunei, citizens pay no income tax, and the government takes care of its people in ways that many other countries cannot afford. Still, his reign has not been without controversies. Critics have raised concerns about human rights and the lack of democracy, as Brunei remains an absolute monarchy. The Sultan holds absolute power as both head of state and head of government, and his decisions shape the nation's policies. Yet, within Brunei, many citizens respect and admire him, seeing his leadership as the reason for their stability and prosperity. His personal life is equally fascinating. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah has been married multiple times, and his royal family is vast, with children who also play important roles in Brunei's future. Among his heirs is Prince Abdul Mateen, who has gained global attention for his charisma and presence on social media, becoming a modern symbol of Brunei's royal lineage. The Sultan himself, however, remains more traditional, keeping a dignified presence as a religious and cultural leader. Now, imagine the scale of his birthday celebrations. The Sultan is known for throwing some of the grandest parties in history. For his 50th birthday in 1996, he spent nearly $27 million, hiring international pop stars such as Michael Jackson to perform. The event was so extravagant that it remains one of the most lavish birthday celebrations the world has ever seen. And as we dive deeper into his story, let me pause here and remind you, if you are enjoying this journey into the life of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, the richest king of Brunei, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the like button and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next story about the hidden lives of the world's most powerful rulers. Now, let's continue. The Sultan's extravagance sometimes draws global curiosity, but his leadership style also emphasizes tradition and Islam. As the head of state, he upholds Sharia law, and in recent years, Brunei has introduced laws that align with his vision of maintaining strong Islamic values within the nation. This duality of extreme wealth and religious conservatism creates a unique picture of modern monarchy. Beyond his lifestyle, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's story reflects the story of Brunei itself. This tiny nation, once overshadowed by its neighbors, has carved out a distinct identity in the global economy because of its natural resources. The Sultan represents both the glory and the responsibility that come with such fortune. He is not only a ruler, but also a custodian of one of the richest nations on earth. His wealth, however, is not merely for display. The Sultan invests in international businesses, real estate, and financial ventures that keep his fortune growing. His assets are spread across the globe, from luxury hotels in London to properties in the United States. Yet, his base remains Brunei, where his palace and people anchor his rule. The Sultan's life is a paradox. He is one of the richest men alive, yet he rules a small, quiet country. He owns more cars than anyone else, yet drives only a few. He celebrates birthdays with the world's biggest stars, yet lives in a palace surrounded by religious devotion. This balance between excess and tradition is what makes his story so captivating. As the years have gone by, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah has maintained his throne while the world around him changes. Many monarchies have fallen, and many kings have lost their power, but he continues to reign with authority. His story is not just one of personal wealth, but of endurance, leadership, and the unique position of being both a ruler and a billionaire. In the modern age, when billionaires are often tech entrepreneurs or investors, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah remains a reminder of old world royalty blended with new world luxury. His name will always be remembered, not only for his wealth, but for the kingdom he built and preserved. And before we close this story, let me say it once more. If you want to hear more untold stories of kings, billionaires, and the secret lives of the world's most powerful figures, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us bring more incredible stories like this one. From his golden palace to his fleet of cars, from his private zoo to his oil empire, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's life is a story that feels almost unreal. Yet, it is very real, and it continues to unfold in the small but immensely rich nation of Brunei. His reign is a symbol of how tradition and modern luxury can coexist, and his story will continue to inspire awe for generations to come.